So in this video, we would learn the procedure for long division, my version of short division, which I call short division in fraction notation. We will see that short division is basically long division, except we do less written calculations and more mental calculations. So there are some prerequisites we should know. First, it is expected that you already understand what division is. You should already know your timetables, and you should know how to subtract. Now, just for some context, my wife and I offer tuition services for both NGSA and CSEC students. We teach both in person and online. This video is primarily for students being tutored by us at Sure Success Tuition, which you can see at the top. We offer Maths, English A, Social Studies, and English B. These are the CSEC subjects. NGSA, we offer all. So you could call the number for more information or to enroll if you would like. Now, if you find the video to be helpful, please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. So let's begin. So we have this question, 47 divided by 3. How do we do this? Well, let's try long division. So there are some steps to remember with long division. We first divide, we multiply, we subtract, and then we bring down a digit if there's a need to. So let's see how this works in practice. So this is how we would set up the problem in long division. So we would have the dividend, which is in blue, the 47, being divided by the 3, which is the divisor outside. And now we divide first. What do we divide? We divide 4 by 3. So how many groups of 3 can we get from 4? That's essentially what we are doing when we divide. So look at the bottom of the screen. So imagine we have these 4 dots. How many groups of 3 can we get? Well, let's see. We make 1 group of 3, but then we have 1 remain. So we need to show this. How do we do that? Well, 3 could go into 4 once. Note where I put the 1 directly above the 4. Notice it is lined up neatly, so you must ensure that your work is neat. The next step after divide is to multiply. We take this 1 and we multiply it by 3. So 1 multiplied by 3 is 3. So we put it directly beneath the 4. The next step is to subtract. So let's subtract. 3 from 4 leaves 1. So what's the other step? We bring down, right? So let's bring down our 7. Now we notice that after we subtracted the 3 from the 4, we had a remainder of 1. That is what our diagram on the bottom shows. Now after bringing down, we must repeat the process. So let's divide now. This time we will not divide the 7. We must divide also the 1. So altogether it will be 17. So 17 divided by 3. What is that really? Well, again, we have 17 items. How many groups of 3 can we get from these 17? Let's make the groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we made 5 groups of 3, and we have 2 remaining. So 17 divided by 3 is 5. Note where the 5 goes, directly above the digit that was being divided. Next step is to multiply. 5 multiplied by 3 is 15. The third step, subtract. Let's subtract. We get 2. Now, this is our final digit we divided. So this is the final answer. We have 15 remainder 2. Now, how do we write that? Well, sometimes we could put 15R2, but let's put it in a fraction form. So we'll have 15, that's your quotient. Your remainder is 2, your divisor was 3, so it will be 15 and 2/3. Right? Now let's see short division fraction notation. Note the similarities. So we set up the problem like a fraction. And we say 3 into 3, 1. And we divide digit by digit. Again, starting with the highest valued digit, which is the 4. So 3 into 4, we know it's 1. But we had a remainder of 1. So what do we do with that remainder of 1? Well, note, we make a nice little 1 here. See the 1? Now, again, we say 3 into 17 is 5. Do we have a remainder? Yes, we had a remainder of 2. So again, we have our answer, 15 and 2/3. Now, there are some points of similarities. Notice we had a remainder of 1 here. And that is the same remainder of 1. Notice we had a remainder of 2. This is the same remainder of 2. Notice when we are putting our answers, we have our quotient, the 15. That will be the whole number part if you're writing it in a mixed number format. That's the 15. And then our final remainder, which was 2. See it here? That will be our numerator for the fraction. And our divisor will be the denominator of the fraction. So let's see you try. Pause the video and try this question. 75 divided by 6. So try this question. Great. So I trust that you pause the video and you try the question. So let's do it. Let's do the long division. What are the steps to remember again? We divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. So we have it. So 7 divided by 6, we have 1. Multiply 1 by 6, we get 6. Subtract, remain with 1. We bring down. Now 6 into 15, it's 2. 2 multiplied by 6 is 12. Let's subtract. We have 3. That was our final digit we divided. So our answer would be 12 and 3 over 6. Now at this stage, dear students, this 3 over 6, we can leave it like this. However, this, as we will learn later on, could be reduced. But for now, we'll leave it like that. Let's do the short division fraction notation, set it up. So same principle, 6 into 6, 1. 6 into 7, 1. We have a remainder of 1. Put it next to the 5. Now we said 6 into 15, 2. And we have a remainder again, remainder of 3. So we have our answer. So notice the way we set up the problem, the way we solve it, it does not change the answer. Once it is executed properly, the answer does not change. Now, suppose we have a 3-digit number now. So let's say we have 752 being divided by 6. Is that strange? No, look how we do it. So we have long division again. Remember these steps: divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. So let's start with the highest value digit. It's in the hundreds place, the 7. So 7 divided by 6, we have 1. 1 multiplied by 6, we have 6. Let's subtract, we remain with 1. Now we bring down our 5. 6 divided by 15 would be 2. 2 multiplied by 6 would be 12. We subtract, we remain with 3. Now what do? Well, since it's a 3-digit number, guess what? We must bring down the 2. So bring it down. And now let's repeat. We have 6 divided by 32 is how much? 5. 5 multiplied by 6, it's 30. We subtract, how much we remain with? 2. So our final answer would be 125 and 2/6. Remember again, for the time being, we can keep our answer in this form, but we would learn that this can be simplified. So let's try short division fraction notation. Same process. 6 into 6, 1. 6 into 7, 1. We have a remainder, 1. Now 6 into 15, we have 2. We have a remainder, 3. Now 6 into 32, 5. And we have a remainder, 2. So again, the answer remains the same. So we have 125 and 2 6. So let's try this one. Pause the video. Really pause the video. Give it a try. All right. So let's do the long division. These are the steps. Now, what do we notice? We notice that 6 cannot really go into 2. So sometimes we may tell you to write a 0 above here, but really there is no need to do that extra writing. If I can avoid extra writing, I avoid it. So let's take the 6 and divide the entire 25 and be done with it. But notice where I would write the answer. So 6 into 25, we'll have 4, right? But there was no need to write the 0, but we could write it to keep things lined up for you when you now start. If we take the 6 now and multiply it by the 4, 6 by 4 is 24. We subtract, we get 1. And notice that the 4 is directly above the 5. Now we bring down as normal. Now 6 into 11 is 1. 1 multiplied by 6 will give us 6. Let's subtract. We remain with 5. This 1 was our final digit, so this is our final remainder. So we have the answer 41 and 5/6. Let's do the short division. 6 into 6, 1. 6 into 25, 4. We have a remainder of 1. 6 into 11, we'll have 1. So again, we have 41. We have a remainder of 5. So, same answer. Do you notice that when we do the short division, it's more compact? There's less writing. And there are other advantages, as we would learn why I prefer to write it in fraction notation and do the division there. Let's try this one. It's a 2-digit divisor this time. So 251 divided by 11. So let's try the long division. Please pause the video and try it. Great. So let's do it. Remember our steps. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. So we will notice that if we have a 2-digit divisor, it would make absolutely no sense trying to divide it with the first digit only, right? We know it would be 0. So if you want, you could put the 0 on top. I personally do not put it, but for these purposes of this video, I'll put it. Now let's divide it, the 25. So 11 into 25 will be 2. 2 multiplied by 11 is 22. Let's subtract, we'll have 3. What do we do according to our steps? We bring down the 1. 11 into 31. So when I say 11 into 31, I mean how many times 11 can fit into 31? Or if we had 31 items, how many groups of 11 can we get? So the answer is 2. Now 2 multiplied by 11 is 22. We'll subtract. We have a remainder of 9. So our final answer will be 22 and 9/11. Now, my dear students, whenever you do a division question for me, please write the answer in fraction form like this, right? Now, let's do the short division. 11 into 11, 1, 11 into 25, 2, remainder 3, 11 into 31, 2, remainder 9, and we have our final answer. So that shouldn't have been too hard. So if you have found anything useful in the video, please like, please subscribe. We thank you for watching.